and welcome back to my channel. For everyone who watched last week's video, which was on nail biting, haven't really stopped biting my nails, but like I said last week, it is something that I've decided to accept about myself currently, so we'll see how I feel about it next week. We are also now into, I believe, week 4 or halfway through week 3 of the F45 challenge. I have dropped the ball a little bit in terms of meal prep and exercising. Goal was to go at least 5 times a week, and this week I only went 3 times. Jumping right into it, so this week's episode is going to be about music, and more so what music does to humans. So the main points of my video today are going to be how I was raised with music, how I have kind of evolved in terms of what I like to listen to, and then I'm also just going to be giving you a few facts and statistics that I found recently in my research about how music can affect humans. Music in general is something that is a worldwide thing. It's probably one of the most universal things that brings people together, whether it be a concert, a certain song. Music is just one of those things that it touches your soul, and it can really make you feel emotions that you may not actually be able to feel anywhere else.
I'll hold you close in my arms. I can't resist your charm and love. I'll be a fool for you, I'm sure. You know I don't mind. Oh, you know I don't mind.
Much like biting my nails, I have honestly been around and involved in music ever since I was born. I actually remember having conversations with my parents about them putting headphones on my mum's stomach when we were in the womb. So humans in general have evolved to love music. It wasn't something that was around sort of since the dawn of time. It's been something that's evolved out of people and into people. It's also been a way for creatives to share their music, and it's also a way for people to just share emotions with each other. There's been many a time in my life where I have, instead of being able to say words, I've sent someone a song to be like, hey, this is how I'm feeling right now, and it kind of gets through more than anything else. Humans are rooted to rhythm and pattern, which is exactly what music is. This starts from when a child is a fetus, they're unborn. Inside the womb, they hear their mother's voice, which is a pattern, something that they get used to, as well as the mother's heartbeat. So when you think about a child being born into the new world, of course, they're going to react to pattern type things. So whether or not that's feeding them at a certain time every day or putting music on, a baby is going to react to some kind of rhythm or pattern, and in this sense, it's music. For example, if you put a song on for a baby, you see them just naturally going and starting to move their body, and they've got smiles on their faces, and they jump around. So it's not something that we've been trained to do. It's something that's built into us, that we, as humans, we just react to music. Music stimulates every part of the brain. If you watch someone who is listening to music and you have, all these things hooked up to their brain, you can actually see all parts of their brain lighting up in response to that music. We weren't really born to feel the way we do about music. It was kind of just something, it's intuition. So yes, my music story, I feel like every episode I've done in the last few weeks has been something story, but I think it just makes more sense because it's kind of like I'm giving you guys an update on my take on this topic, and then it just hopefully invites you guys to talk to me about that topic as well. I have been around music since I was born. My mum and my dad were always having music on in the background. My brother's been a drummer since he was 2, I think, maybe 3. The first photo I remember of my brother is him with a plastic drum kit and on the drums, and he's now 32. So my sister and I aren't involved as much with music, but we were dancers. We all did musical instruments. We all played piano. I did violin. We all did singing. Actually, this really interesting scene in Friends with Benefits where Justin Timberlake is talking to Mila Kunis, and they're watching a rom-com movie, and they're talking about how the music in the movie tells you how to feel.
Why do all these movies have such bad music?
It's so that you know how to feel every single second.
I'm heartbroken. Bum, 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 bum. I'm getting married to the man of my dreams. Bum, 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 bum. I'm sneaking through an office. Dum, dum. Boom, 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 boom.
Without any sound, you wouldn't really get that suspense. For example, if you're watching a scary movie and you've got that silence, and then you've all of a sudden got the music that's the kind of like telling you to get G'd up or telling you to start getting scared or paranoid, then it's really not going to have the same effect on you as if you watch the movie with sound. What would movies be without music? The type of music that you listen to can really mirror who you are as a person. So me personally, I do love all kinds of music, but I was raised on real music. So when I say real music, and this is coming from an EDM lover, so don't judge, but I'm talking about real musical instruments, violins and piano and real drums and real guitar and all that sort of thing coming into play and making a real song with real instruments. That's what I was raised on. That's what I truly believe is real music. But in my older age and growing up and being able to kind of pick and choose my own music, I have really drawn to EDM and dance music. So I love festivals. My top priority festival is Tomorrowland. Lord knows when I'm going to get there with all of this stuff going on, but it is on my bucket list of things to do. I've been to Coachella, which was absolutely incredible. Unity that you see of people that are coming together because they've got like-minded music taste. Just the most moving thing I've ever really been a part of. People from all over the world come just to be at this one music festival and you're all just united for a day. I've been watching a few YouTube videos on how music is linked to your ideal self. So basically someone who listens to grungy metal music, they tend to be introverts, they tend to be kind of lost souls. They don't like trying new things. They stick into their comfort zone and they don't like going out on the edge. Whereas for someone like me who likes EDM music, it links up to being an extroverted person, and it links up to being someone who's willing to try new things. They're going to be listening to music that's got repetitive beats and heavy bass. I do, like I said, like all types of music, but yeah, I've just really drawn to EDM and it just shakes my core. I'll listen to music and it's sort of a background noise, but there's other days where I listen to music because it's the only thing that I can kind of handle for that day. When I'm like having a bad day, I'll tend to listen to music that doesn't have lyrics, and it's more so just the music and how it all comes together and makes you feel a certain way. I respect the hell out of musicians that play instruments. Electronic music now is just such a big thing. 90% of the stuff that's on the radio these days has some sort of electronic vibe to it. If I listen to a song that's got such heavy bass, it literally like goes through my body. It's this indescribable feeling. I don't know how to describe it. The thing that is interesting about music is it links you to memories. For example, if I am having an argument with my best friend, there is a particular song that I will listen to because I want to cry about it and be upset. But at the same time, if I'm feeling really appreciative towards her, I go to the same song because it makes me think of her and it makes me feel really appreciative. So most songs I have will bring me back to a memory, whether or not it's like a memory related to a person or a memory related to an event or a certain time in my life. But listening to Pink's album with the song Try on it on repeat when I went through my last breakup, because it just made me so empowered and made me feel so much better. And there are two songs that really resonate with me as of late. So one song is called Delineate and it's by Danny Olson. So Danny Olson did the song that I originally shared in my first video of Follow Me. So he's the same artist that does that song and it's called Delineate, this new song. I really like doing flow arts with my whip, and it's one song that I always tend to put on when I'm trying to get into that state and get some really, really cool footage and really cool feeling out of doing the whip. My partner ended up really liking it as well, and we do this annual Stradbroke Island trip with all of our friends, and we ended up using Delineate for that video, for our last video, and I will include the link for that below as well. Now, that song not only reminds me of creative art and such power, but it reminds me of that trip because he's made a video to it. So that's one of my favorite songs. Or my other favorite song that I really just need to mention, and it's really linked to mental health, and if you haven't listened to it, I really urge you to listen to it because it's so moving. It's just so moving. There are really a lot of songs now that are coming out that are directly related to mental health, but this one in particular, it's just gorgeous, the lyrics of it. And that song is called I'll Find You by Lecrae and Tori Kelly. It's about depression and anxiety. If you listen to it, you'll feel what I mean. But just the fact that music can have that effect on someone and really change a mood is just, it needs to be spoken about. People that say they don't like music, I don't believe you. And I've actually come into contact with a few people in my life that have said they just don't like music. And I'm like, how? First of all, how do you exercise without music? Like, if you're one of those people that can actually exercise without music, I applaud you because it means that you're just like totally fine with listening to the ins and outs of the world, but I just can't do that. If you've made it to the end of this video, I would love to know what song really resonates with you, whether or not it's a memory, whether or not it moves you more than any other song. Chuck it in the comments below because I would love to talk about it. I'm going to be chucking in my playlist down below, which is literally all of the songs that I found and that I've wanted to listen to since I've had Spotify, so it's quite ridiculously long. Really interesting. It's always fucking interesting. I'm really not happy with this video. If you've made it to the end of this video, fuck off.
Can we also just take a minute to see how mean I am to myself? Can you tell that I was not vibing the video? I wasn't vibing what I was saying. So I was like really mean to myself. I also can't with my fucking hair in that video. Like, and even now, I just, why? The Fly? Yeah. I've decided to name him. His name is Buzz. Can you count how many times that he flies around? And if you can, just tell me. Put it in the comments because I want to know how many times that motherfucker disrupted my video. If you don't agree with something that I've said in a video, challenge me. I want to talk about it. I want to hear your thoughts. I'm not a rocket scientist. I don't know everything about anything. In fact, I don't know a lot. I'm just coming from experience. So if there is something that you want to challenge in what I've said, go for it. You know where to do it. Oh, hello. 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 Very needy this morning, aren't we? Yes, hello. Hello. What? 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 No. No. Hope you enjoyed this video. It was a little rushed. I need to be a little bit better with my planning, so there's always room for improvement. I will see you in another video and have a good week.